Hi there everybody, welcome to Morning Flow. My name is Maz and I'm going to be guiding you through this practice this morning. So before we start, go ahead and grab any props that you think you might need. It might be nice to have a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use books. I might also suggest for you to grab a bolster or a cushion, just something to give you a little bit of support when we start to move towards the close of our practice. And we're going to start this morning by coming into a child's pose. So finding your way to all fours. Bring first of all your big toes to touch. Take your knees as wide apart as feels comfortable and then slowly start to send your hips back towards your heels. Slowly start to creep the fingertips towards the top of your mat and gently release your forehead down. Maybe the forehead comes directly down onto the mat, or you might prefer to support underneath with a block. And as you arrive into your child's pose, just let yourself become still. And if it's comfortable for you to do so, let your eyes softly fall closed. Taking this first few moments to arrive onto your mat, into your practice space. Taking the first few moments as an opportunity to ground yourself, to ground your energy. Taking this first few moments in this child's pose, just start to invite your gaze inwards. To let yourself become aware of how you've arrived onto your mat today. How does your physical body feel? How is your breath moving in and out of your body? Where is your mind? What are the thoughts that are drifting in and out of your awareness? What are the emotions, the feelings that you've arrived with onto your mat today? This yoga practice is one of self-study. There's always this invitation to be curious, to observe, to acknowledge, to feel what's there. We just take a few more moments here to arrive, to settle in. And then with a soft inhalation, start to lift yourself up to all fours. Coming to a tabletop position, spreading your fingers wide, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Press the ground away from you with the hands. Tuck your toes under and then very slowly start to lift yourself up into your first downward facing dog. Sending your hips high, sending your heels towards the ground, and just take a few moments to move in your downward facing dog, pedaling the heels, moving the hips, tuning into how the body feels. How does it feel to start to move your body this morning? And then find a moment of stillness in your downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. As you inhale, lift your heels, look towards your hands, and then start to walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Bring your feet hip distance. Take an inhalation, lengthen, look forward. As you exhale, soften your knees, release into a forward fold. Allow the head to hang heavy. Take your hands to your opposite elbows and gently just sway the upper body from side to side a couple of times. Finding a sense of lightness as the body just sways left to right. Come back through to center. Release your elbows. Bring your hands down to the ground. Soften your knees as much as you need. Gently bring your chin towards your chest. And then nice and slowly start to walk your hands all the way up the front of your legs. Keep your chin tucked in as you slowly roll yourself up. Release your arms by your sides. Keep the space between the feet for now. As you inhale, draw the shoulders all the way up to the ears. As you exhale, roll the shoulders all the way back and down. One more time. Inhale, draw the shoulders up. Exhale, roll the shoulders all the way back and down. From there, step your feet to the top of your mat. Come to your mountain pose. Feet grounded, legs active. Join your palms together and bring your thumbs to lightly rest at the center of the chest. Close down your eyes and take a moment to set your intention for your practice today. Something that gives your practice a meaning to you. Something that you can keep with you as you go through your practice. You might also like to bring to mind a person or people to whom you would like to dedicate your practice today. Keeping that dedication with you as well as you move through your practice. And let's open up the space by chanting one soft Om all together. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Keep your eyes closed and gently release your arms by the sides. Start to become aware of your breath, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. And start to find your Ujjayi breath, so gently contracting the back of the throat, finding that soft ocean sound, breath flowing in through your nose, breath flowing out through your nose. Breath in through the nose. Breath out through your nose. Blink open the eyes. Inhale, raise the arms, reach high, lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Soften your knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, place your hands to the ground. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Come to your high plank. Take an inhalation in here. Press the ground away. Shift the shoulders over the wrists. As you exhale, drop your knees. Keep your toes tucked for now. Take one inhalation here. And then as you exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the tummy. Draw the elbows in close. Once you get all the way down, untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Draw the shoulder blades together. Come to your cobra. Exhale, lower your chest down. Inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, sit back once again into a child's pose. Inhale, come forward to all fours. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift up, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths in your downward facing dog, bringing your weight equally into both hands and feet. Maybe take a soft bend in the knees if you need to. Taking one last inhalation here. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step your right foot to the front of the mat. Step your left foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Raise the arms, reach high. Exhale, release. Bring the arms by the sides. Come to your mountain pose. And again, inhale, raise your arms, reach high. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Soften your knees if you need. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, place your hands. This time, step your left foot all the way back. Step your right foot all the way back. Come to your high plank. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Send the heels all the way towards the back of the mat as you inhale. This time, as you exhale, once again, drop your knees. Keep those toes tucked. Keep pressing into the hands. Next exhalation, elbows bend. Slowly come all the way down to the tummy. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift your chest. Come to your cobra. Exhale, chest lowers. Inhale, come up to all fours. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. Inhale, all fours. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Few breaths in here. Breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose, finding space through the back of the body. From there, as you exhale, bend your knees. Step your left foot forward. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach high and lengthen. Exhale, arms by the sides, mountain pose. This time, bend your knees. Inhale, raise your arms, sit low into your chair pose. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, place your hands, step back to a high plank. Take an inhalation in here. This time as you exhale, bend your elbows, lower halfway down. You can drop your knees if you need to. As you inhale, come onto the tops of the feet. Find your upward facing dog or stay with your cobra. Exhale, hips go high, downward facing dog. From there, inhale, send your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Coming onto your fingertips, or maybe placing blocks underneath your hands. Take an inhalation, float your left leg up, open the chest. As you exhale, fold over your right leg, come into a standing split. So really grounding through that right foot. Try not to let that left hip open. Try to keep drawing that left hip down towards the ground. Strong energy through that left leg. Keep lengthening through the spine. We've got one more breath here. And exhale. From there, take an inhalation to lengthen and look forward. Start to soften your right knee. And as you exhale, send your left foot towards the back of the mat. Left hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, right arm goes high. Come into your twist. Rotating your chest towards the right. Keeping that left knee lifted. Strong energy through that left leg. Keep hugging the right knee in towards the center line. Allowing the fingertips of that right hand to be drawn up towards the ceiling. Taking one more breath in your twist. And then slowly bring your right hand down onto the mat. Drop your left knee, keep the toes tucked. And then as you exhale, start to send your hips back. Flex your right foot towards you, coming into your half Hanumanasana. You might want to slide that right hip a little bit further forward. Staying on the fingertips or again, maybe hands on blocks. Take an inhalation to lengthen. Exhale, imagine you want to place your heart onto that right foot. Again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Let's take a few breaths in here. Finding that beautiful stretch through the back of the right leg. One more breath here. And exhale. From there, slowly inhale, lift up the chest. Start to bring the right foot onto the mat once again. Bring both hands to the inside of that right foot. So heel toe the right foot out towards the edge of the mat. Now you're going to untuck the left toes. We're coming into a lizard pose. You might stay up on the hands. You might grab blocks to bring the forearms down. Or you might be coming directly down onto the forearms, finding space into that right hip. You can stay here, or if you would like to add a twist, you're going to slowly start to bend up that left leg. You're going to reach your right hand behind you and take hold of the outside edge of that foot, drawing the left shoulder back and down. Maybe you stay on the left hand, maybe you come down onto that left forearm. Finding that twist. Again, rotating the chest towards the right side. Really pressing the foot into the hand. Breathing here. We've got 2 more breaths. Finding space into the hip. If you've got that back leg, if you've got the bind, really finding that beautiful stretch into the front of the left thigh. Nice. Gently release. Come back to center. Bring that right hand down. Come back up onto the hands. Gently release the left foot down. Toes are tucked. Press into the hands. Lift up that left knee. And then step your right foot back. Exhale, lower down. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, your back bend. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale. Come into your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, drop your knees, come to all fours. Untuck your toes. And we're going to come to Anahatasana, or melting heart. So keeping your hips and knees in one line, slowly start to walk your hands forward. And then lower your chest down towards the ground. Bring the chest down. Maybe the forehead comes down. Maybe the chin comes down. So keep those hips high as you gently lower the chest, finding space here into the shoulders, the upper back, the middle back. Close down the eyes if it feels good and just breathe in here. Taking one more breath. And then as you inhale, slowly walk your hands back in, come to all fours. Tuck your toes, exhale, lift up, downward facing dog. Coming to the left side, inhale, send your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Come onto the fingertips or grab your blocks. Press into that left foot. Inhale, float your right leg up, open the chest. Exhale, fold, come through to your standing split. So again, that left leg, that standing leg is strong and active. Try to keep that right hip drawing down towards the ground. So we're not allowing that hip to drift open. We're actively drawing that hip down. Doesn't matter how high you're lifting the right leg. Wherever it is though, it's super, super strong and active. We've got one more breath in here, finding space through the back of that left leg. Nice. Next inhalation, start to lengthen and look forward. Soften your left knee. Send your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Right hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Inhale, slowly raise your left hand. Open up your chest. Come into your twist. Keep that right knee lifted, that right leg strong and active. Maybe take your gaze towards your left hand. Spiraling open the chest as you find your twist. Breathing here, two more beautiful breaths. And then slowly start to lower your left hand down onto the mat. Slowly drop your right knee. Keep your toes tucked for now. Take an inhalation, look forward. As you exhale, slowly start to send your hips back. So you're starting to straighten the left leg. It doesn't matter if it doesn't completely straighten. Just straighten it as much as feels good for you. You might want to slide that left heel slightly further forward, flexing that left foot towards you. Staying on the fingertips or staying on your blocks. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, maybe you creep those fingertips a little bit further forward. Again, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, creeping forward, stretching through the back of that left leg. Breathing here, stay connected to the breath. Gently drawing the inner thighs together. We've got one more beautiful breath here. And then as you inhale, start to lift the chest. Bring that left foot down onto the mat. Bend the left knee. Bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. So heel toe that left foot to the side of the mat. Now you're going to untuck the toes on that right foot, pressing the hips forward. Maybe this is where you stay today. Maybe you bring your blocks underneath your forearms, or maybe once again the forearms come directly down. This might be where you're staying. If you took that twist and that bind on the first side, slowly bend up that right leg. Maybe this is enough of a stretch into that right thigh. Or you might be reaching your left hand behind you, taking hold of the outside edge of that foot, drawing the left shoulder back and down, rotating the chest. And again, that right forearm might be coming down onto the mat. Take it to the variation that feels good for you. Nothing needs to be forced. There doesn't need to be any pushing or pulling. Let the breath guide you. Let the body guide you. We've got one more beautiful breath in whatever variation you're working with. And then if you have taken that twist, Release the right foot. Bring your left hand down onto the mat. Come back up onto the hands and then gently release the right toes down to the mat. Lift the right knee, press into the hands and step your left foot back to your high plank. As you exhale, take your choice of vinyasa. Inhaling into your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back to your downward facing dog. From there, drop your knees. Once again, we're going to come into that Anahatasana or melting heart pose. So coming to all fours, keeping the hips in line with the knees. Walk forward the hands and then gently allow the chest to lower down towards the ground. Maybe you've got a little bit more space this time around. Maybe you're going to play with coming onto the fingertips, so lifting up the palms of the hands, the wrists, the forearms, the elbows, feeling that stretch through the armpits, through the sides of the body. Taking one more breath here. And then as you inhale, slowly start to walk your hands back in. Come back to all fours, tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift yourself up. Come into your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, once again, inhale, send your right leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your right knee behind your right wrist. The right foot might be behind the left wrist, or you might keep that right foot in close to you. Extend your left leg all the way back behind you. Untuck the toes. We're going to come into our pigeon variations. So as I said, if it feels okay for the knee, you might have that right foot coming towards the front of the mat. If that doesn't feel good, keep the right foot in close towards you. Left leg extends. Take your hands out nice and wide, so wider than the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, bend your elbows out wide, lower the chest down. Next inhalation, come all the way up, lifting up the chest, you're on the fingertips. Exhale, bending the elbows out wide, lower down. One more time, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower the chest, bend the elbows wide. This time, bringing your forearms onto the mat. And gently release the forehead down towards the ground. Take a few breaths here. Finding space into that right glute and IT band, the outer hip and thigh. Stay connected to the breath. Find yourself some stillness. And then with your next inhalation, slowly start to lift up the chest. Walk your hands back. Allow the weight to just drop over towards the right side. And then start to swing that left leg all the way around. Stepping the left foot to the outside of the right thigh. Ground your sit bones. Take your left hand behind you. Allow the chest to rotate. Inhale, raise your right arm and reach high. Exhale, come into a twist, bringing the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Rotate. Draw the left shoulder back and down. Find that spinal twist. Breathing here. Maintaining length through the side ribs. Length through the spine. The crown of the head is lengthening towards the ceiling. Sit bones are grounded. Take one more beautiful breath in here. And then as you inhale, rotate yourself back through to center. Walk your hands over to the right side. And as you exhale, fold over to the right, releasing your forehead down towards the ground. Next inhalation, come back to center. Release the legs and find your way into Navasana, boat pose. So you might hold the back of the thighs. You might extend the arms. You might extend the legs. Allow the thighs to spiral in. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Take a breath here. And then cross the shins. Draw your feet in underneath you. Place your hands down. Lift your hips. Step or float back. Take it through your vinyasa. Inhale, your back bend, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhalation, send your left leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your left knee behind your left wrist, left foot behind your right wrist. Slide your right leg all the way back. Again, absolutely fine to keep that left foot in close to you if that feels better. Take a moment, find yourself a comfortable position, and then take the fingertips out wider than the mat. Use the space around you. Take an inhalation to lengthen. As you exhale, ripple forward, bend the elbows out wide. Inhale once again, coming up. Exhale, ripple forward, take those elbows out wide. One more time, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, take the elbows wide. Come into that forward fold. From there, bring your forearms down onto the mat, just like you would in a dolphin pose. Forearms down. And then gently release your forehead down. Take a few breaths in here. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then as you inhale, slowly start to lift yourself up. Walk your hands in. Let the weight drop over towards the left side this time so that you can swing that right leg all the way round and step your right foot to the outside of your left thigh and really ground through that right foot. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale, raise your left arm and reach high. Exhale, take that left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Take your twist. Draw the right shoulder back and down. Keep grounding through that left foot. Breathing here. Long line of energy from the crown of the head all the way down to the ground. Taking 2 more wonderful breaths here. With your next inhalation, slowly come back to center. Walk your hands over to the left side. Exhale, folding over, dropping the forehead down towards the ground. Take a breath. And then as you inhale, lift up, come back through to center. Untangle your legs. Bring the soles of your feet together. Slide your heels a comfortable distance away from you. Allow the knees to drop out to the sides. If your knees are sensitive, you might want to support underneath with some blocks. And then allow yourself to just melt into a nice, soft, passive forward fold. You might support underneath your forehead or underneath your torso with blocks or cushions. Allow the eyes to close. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Open up the mouth, exhale. And once again, inhale deeply through the nose. Seal the lips. And let go of any conscious breath control. Allow the breath to be whatever it needs to be in this moment. Allow the body to soften, to surrender. And then very slowly start to lift up through the torso. Extend your legs and come to lie onto your back, coming into a brief Shavasana, lying all the way back. Allow your feet to fall naturally. Allow your arms to rest a comfortable distance from the body line and just let yourself be still. Feeling the entire weight of the body being held, supported. Taking time to rest. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana for a little bit longer, then please feel free to do so. If you are ready to come out, then just start to move the body, moving intuitively, bringing awareness back to the body. You might like to take a stretch, extending the arms, taking a deep inhalation as you lengthen. Exhale as you release. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a really lovely hug. Maybe take a few rocks from side to side. And then from there, start to make your way back up, coming into a comfortable seated position to close. So you might be sitting with the legs crossed. You might prefer to come to sit onto the heels, maybe sitting onto a block if you feel you need a little bit of extra elevation. Find a comfortable seat, gently close down the eyes, rest your hands lightly onto your knees or into your lap. And just bring your awareness to how you feel in this moment. As we did in the beginning, just check in with how your physical body feels now, how your breath feels now, where your mind is now. As I said in the beginning, this practice offers you the opportunity for self-study, for curiosity of all the aspects that make up your experience. Gently join together your palms, bring your thumbs to lightly rest at the center of your chest, and take a moment to reflect on your intention. Take a moment to bring to mind once again the person or people that you dedicated your practice to. Sending love, compassion, kindness. And let's close the space all together by chanting one Om. Take a deep inhale. Gently lift the thumbs to the center of the forehead and then slowly come into a forward fold, placing your hands to the earth, giving thanks to the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I really hope you enjoyed the practice and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much.